So today, I'm going to make a video about how to help you relax, and actually, it's going to help you relax. But the purpose, the actual goal, is to help you to disconnect from negative energy, negative entities, and stuff like that. Okay, and surprisingly, it's actually very simple. Okay, and I've made a video a while back about at least one section of this. So I'm just going to talk about where we're at right now, and I'm going to give you those. Number two is going to be how to disconnect and break up the negative energy. And thirdly, I'm going to talk about manifesting and why it's so important right now. Okay. All right. So number one's ending of 2020. So this year has been a hell of a year for everyone. Everyone. For me, it started out with a bang in a really good way, and it lasted for about 7 months. I mean, it was really good. Like, it was awesome. And then it kind of tumbled, and then it kind of what do you call it? It balanced out. It smoothed out really well. So I've been doing pretty good lately. Now, where are we at right now? This is really important, especially for people who've been following me about narcissist abuse or just dealing with the stresses of life, because there's something going on right now that's causing a lot of stress. And it's not what you think it is. It's not the coronavirus, okay? What's going on right now is there's three things that are hitting us right now. Now, a lot of people that don't understand astrology, they don't understand science. They don't understand astronomy. They don't understand how the alignment of the planets, the moon, the stars, they all have a electrical magnetic connection. That's why the moon doesn't just go flying off in outer space. That's why the Earth doesn't just go flying off in outer space and leave the sun. Because we have a magnetic pull, kind of like gravity, actually, that is holding everything in place. So as things spin, it's constantly altering from the moon, the stars, the other planets, the Earth going around, the orbit of the sun. Everything is constantly changing tension, okay? Sometimes you have days or even weeks or months where you just feel really good, right? Some days you're really intense and you're stressed. So here's what's going on right now. There's three things hitting us right now. We're at the winter solstice today, the 21st, okay? So that is a shift from one energy to the next, okay? From fall into winter. And the next one really is, well, the next two are the really big ones. You have Jupiter and Saturn right now in conjunct. And I'm sure, even if you don't believe this stuff, you've heard it on Facebook, your friends have posted it. I know I've posted, I know I've talked about it. And the whole reason why I'm making this is because of that and the next one. So I'll explain what's been happening. So first, Jupiter and Saturn are now coming into conjunct, and that's called the Star of Bethlehem or the Star of Christmas, okay? It's the same alignment that when you look up in the Western, if you're in the United States or Northern Hemisphere, when you, at just after sunset, for about an hour to 2 hours, I think, maybe a little more, depending on where you're at, you can see. It used to be two planets, Saturn and Jupiter, coming closer. Now it's so close, you can't tell it's two separate planets, and it looks like a star. Now that's a huge alignment, and it's causing a magnetic pull, okay? So that's affecting us emotionally. The third thing is what is happening in the universe. We are fully, I'm going to say it in this way, because some people say we actually entered the age of Aquarius in 2012, some say 2014, and some say no, we're actually doing it right now. Well, here's the way I'm going to explain it. Even if we did enter the age of Aquarius in 2012, and that was like the first day, the first moment, there's a blending before and after it. It's not like, oh, boom, you're in the age of Aquarius and the energy shifts. No, that would kill us. That would be too harsh. So there's like a blending. So before and after, just like Mercury in retrograde, about a week before Mercury goes into retrograde, maybe even 10 days, you're going to start feeling that it's like everything goes wrong and things are slowly starting to get harder and it's going to become negative, right? And then you go into Mercury in retrograde, and then there's something called the shadow. So even though you come out of Mercury in retrograde, how many weeks later, it'll still have an effect on you about 7 days to 10 days, sometimes longer after, okay? So it's not like there's just this quick shift. So when an entire universe is shifting into another age, now we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, okay? The reason why that's important is because let me say this first. Is there's first of all, as you switch past that time, before it and after, there's a blending. So let's say it did officially start in the 2012, right? Well, we're at 2020. Well, yeah, but this age lasts for, I think it's 2,100 years. Okay. So just because we've shifted 8 years into it, it doesn't mean we're fully into it, right? So we are just now, I'm going to say officially, some people say no, today's the first day of it. This is the first year of it, right? Regardless, I don't care. The point being is today on the 21st, we are having a massive shift. And this shift that's happening right now has been affecting people emotionally for weeks. Really, it's actually for the whole year, but really for the last week to 2 weeks, people have really been getting caught up in their emotions. They're freaking out. People are doing bad things to you. I mean, everybody that I know is like, oh my God, we've had so much stress. I've got people on Facebook from even the Philippines contact, Mike, can you help me, please? And I'm going to give you an answer that's going to help you to mellow out and to go through this, okay? So let's go on to the second. Let's see. Okay, so a little about the age of Pisces. The difference is the age of Pisces is the dark age. It's where things are underneath the water. So things are deceptive. Things are kind of hidden. That's what, about people lying and doing that kind of stuff. We are just coming out of that now. We are coming into the age of light, where now, like today, it's a beautiful sunny day where you can see clearly, i.e., the year 2020, you have perfect vision. So more and more people are beginning to see. A lot of people that are very like empaths, especially in spiritual people that are very in tune, that meditate and ground themselves, they're going to start seeing there's like the veil between the spiritual world and the, I don't know what you call this, the 3D world is like reveal. It's like there's a thin veil, like it's being revealed, like it's being pulled away momentarily. And you're going to be more conscious of when people are lying to you, or you're going to have an intuitive thought of, yeah, I should do that. You just got a gut feeling. So for a lot of people, they're going to really start noticing that now. All right. So the age of Aquarius is the opposite of the age of darkness. It's where it's like, no, things are being revealed. It's the age of light where you can see. So darkness and deception, cheating and lying, and all that stuff is going to be pushed aside. It's going into the past, literally. So what this is causing is we're going from one energy field into another. That alone is going to cause a physical, emotional shift on you. And for a lot of people who haven't cleared a lot of their emotional issues, it's going to be hard on you. Okay? The other thing is now you're having to look and experience life interacting with every single person you know, people you don't know. Everything is being viewed or being experienced with, it's like someone turned on the light. Whereas your whole life you've dealt with it with the light off and, well, this is just the way it is and this is how you get through life. Well, now it's like it's not that way anymore. So now you have this whole new learning thing where you have to deal with people in life and yourself in a completely different way. Now the light is on, and that's what's happening. And it's causing a lot of people to stress. People don't want to see their own bullshit. They don't want to see their own hurt. They don't want to see their own shit that they did, or maybe it's something that happened to them when they were younger. They still don't want to see it. Like, well, that stuff is being revealed right now. And a lot of people are freaking out. Where I live, just right out the door, not too far, somebody was freaking out last night. Friend of mine, he's freaking out. Someone from the Philippines. And I'm telling everyone the same thing. Here's the first thing that you should do. Take a deep breath, okay? And relax. Go with the flow. If you fight it, it's like if you're trying to block the light out, it's going to cause more friction. If you try to fight it, that's all I'm going to say. It's going to intensify the emotions and energy. You're going to go through it anyways. So why not go through it peacefully? Just go with it. Just be okay with it. That's number one. Number two, literally breathe deep. Just now notice how I did that. That was a relaxing breath. Some people are like, okay, like, no, shit, that's going to hyperventilate you. No, that's going to hype you up. You want to relax. That's called fire breath. You don't want to do fire breath. You want to do water breathing. Water breathing is basically you want to relax. You don't want to be like all like controlling. You want to let go. Now is the time of letting go. In fact, I've got a friend. It's funny I mentioned that. He's like, I gotta control. I'm like, dude, you gotta learn to let go. We're going at the age where that curtain is being pulled wide open, and you can't control it. You gotta let that go. Okay. All right. So here's the other thing. It's like we're going through a doorway. We are the planets winter solstice today, and Jupiter and Saturn are in conjunct in 0 degrees Aquarius. It's like we went from this to boom. It's like a new starting where today's the day where all that stuff ends and our new beginning starts. For a lot of people, your life, if you've had a shitty life, your life is going to turn around now. So that's the good news. A lot of good things are going to start happening. All right. The third piece you want to hear, if you thought that was good, the third piece is going to be real good. So let's move on to something physical that you can do. You can take a salt bath, okay? Number one, any kind of salt, a warm, relaxing salt bath. You can even light a candle in the bathroom and just relax into it. And do about 10 deep breaths or more if you want. Just okay, learn to take deep breaths every once in a while, every 30 minutes, every hour or so, about 5 or 10, okay? So take a salt bath. Now you can do any kind of salt, Epsom salt, Morton's regular table salt with iodine or whatever, iodized salt. The one that I choose is sea salt. I got this at the dollar store for $1. I put about half of this into the water, maybe 2 or 3 cups worth or so, okay? And then what I do is the other thing is you can add lavender oil. Now you don't have to add lavender oil. It's just like one thing you can do if you're stressed out. Helps you relax. One thing they used to make, or they still make, these little pouches and put lavender plants in there, right? And you put it in your bed or in your pillowcase and you breathe it in and it helps you relax. So you could take just a little bit of drop, put it right here, tiny little bit. Helps you relax, okay? So number one, a salt bath. Number two, if you can, but you don't have to, it's totally okay. You don't have to do it, is add some lavender oil. I add about 8 to 10 drops. You can add maybe 12. Just it's because the hot water, the warm water, it'll really make it come up into the air and it'll fill up the entire bathroom. And actually, when you open the door, it'll spill out into the hallway and it'll create a relaxing environment. Okay. So lavender helps you relax. The other thing that I do is I add rubbing alcohol to the water, about maybe 2 cups, a cup, maybe 2 cups. I don't, about maybe that much, I guess. Not too much. Well, why am I doing this? Well, salt, rubbing alcohol, it breaks down negative connections. It breaks down negative entities. It breaks down negative energy is what I'm trying to say, okay? And those cause blockages and it causes stress. You know where like your solar plexus feels like you can't breathe and you can't breathe deep? Well, that's because of negative energy. Something or somebody got into your energy field and they blocked you up. All you have to do, literally, okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. Before I get into the salt bath, the lavender oil bath, I take rubbing alcohol. I rub a little bit on my forehead in a counterclockwise circle. It's like you're opening up your chakras. A little bit up here, not a lot, because alcohol was going to, suck the oil out. A little bit up here, counterclockwise. Just put a couple drops, maybe a little more than that on my hand to where I can feel it. And do it on my throat, my heart chakra, solar plexus, and right below your belly button is another chakra. Another thing I'll do is I'll just take it and I'll rub it all over my belly, my thighs, my calves, and I will dig my fingernails into the bottom of my feet and really rubbing alcohol all over my feet, my calves, my shins, and my thighs, and I'll rub it into my thighs like a massage. There's actually rubbing alcohol massages that you can get done professionally. They use rubbing alcohol, okay? And I'll put it on my neck and my back and my arms, right? What does this do? It breaks up negative energy. And then what I'll do is I'll just let it dry off for about, I don't know, maybe a minute or 30 seconds or whatever, minute, 2 minutes. And then I'll get into the bath and I'll turn on the hot water. I'll put the salt in. Again, what does sea salt, what does salt do? Salt breaks up negative energy. The reason why I'm doing these two things is because they break up negative connections from negative people, negative experiences, negative anything, negative entities. So if they're connected or if they're on you or whatever, however you want to say it, it breaks that cord. It disconnects you from all that negative stuff. Every time I do it, I feel 100% more relaxed. Here's what else I do. I'm doing some washing my sheets in my comforter right now. I put about a cup of rubbing alcohol in there, and I put some sea salt in there, and I put some lavender. Actually, this stuff. I actually did my bath with this. Got it at Whole Foods. It's called Aurora Acacia. Sorry, I cut, but you can see it. All right, it says Pure Essential Oils Mineral Bath Aromatherapy. I got that at Whole Foods, okay? I used about half of this, and I put just a little tiny bit in the water in my washing my sheets and washing my comforter. And I put some sea salt in there, and I put some rubbing alcohol in there, okay? Because it's going to break up all that negative energy, all right? So you don't have to do it every time, but maybe do it once every 2 months or something. You know, the lavender oil alone is going to help you relax, okay? So a lot of people are like, why are you so relaxed all the time? Well, I do my deep breathing. I stretch. I eat healthy. I don't eat perfect, though. I'll tell you that. But I make sure I get plenty of fruits and vegetables, clean water, and I get plenty of protein, okay? All right, so let's get to the good stuff. So that, believe it or not, if you are dealing with a narcissist, a demonic narcissist, that is going to disconnect them from you. Now, the problem with it is they're probably going to reconnect with you next time you see them, okay? Or if you have moved away from them or you've gone no contact with them, they may not notice it right away, but they'll reconnect with you within a day or two, maybe 3 days, and you'll feel it. You'll feel like, oh, you feel it in your solar plexus, your heart feels tight. Well, just do it again. Just rub some rubbing alcohol on there, or maybe get some salt and water in your hands and just rub it on there. Or you don't always have to do the bath. You can take a shower, a warm shower, and then just rub the salt on your skin. I do that kind of like, and you can do like a facial scrub with it, right? Put some salt in your hair, on your head. All of this will break up those energies. So just keep doing it until they give up, and they will give up after a while. But you know how when you go no contact with a narc? Well, when you use these two things, it disconnects them, and they fucking hate it. Another thing is, and I know, here's what I noticed. When I went to, I really wanted to go to the beach and go diving in the ocean, and the person that was a narc was like, no, he kept putting it off. Oh, let's do this instead. Let's do that. And finally we went, and he was just pissed. And I couldn't figure out well, I figured out later when I realized he was a narcissist, and he really connected right here. And oh my man, it fucking hurt. And he got so pissed off. And as I reflect back, I was like, well, what are you so mad about? Well, because I jumped into the sea, into the ocean, and the salt disconnected everything. So now he's got to start all over. So he's like, oh, fuck, now I got to start all over, right? They don't like that. So I'm going to end this with number 3. Today is the 21st. It's not just today, but today's the peak, right? Kind of like the what do they call it? The new moon. It's not just on the new moon. It could be the day before, the day of, the day after. It's the same thing with right now. This whole winter solstice, age of Aquarius, we're at 0 degrees right now. Jupiter and Saturn are in alignment. They're in conjunct right now. Right now is the door that's opening. We're closing the door to the past and we're opening up to the new. Right now is the time to manifest. And people are like, well, how do you manifest? Write it down. Pick 3 to 5 goals that you really, or 1 or 2 goals that you really want. Write it down. Imagine having it. Just like, let's say I want coarse sea salt or sea salt. Don't want it, have it. I'm going to say this teaching again. Everyone I know completely misunderstands when Jesus says, thou shalt not want. Most Christians are like, oh, that means you shouldn't be rich and you shouldn't have good things. No. Wanting is empty hands. That's not having. Having is as if you have it. You have to imagine, daydream, that you have it. When I was a little boy, there was this BMX bike that I wanted at Thrifties, and it was new. It was the new BMX. BMX was new in the 70s, and I had to have it, and I went and looked at it every day. And I remember in class one day, I was looking out the window just daydreaming, and I got so caught up in the daydream. It's like it was like I was on the damn bike riding through the park and looking at everyone, and I was so happy. He goes, Michael, what are you doing? I was like, oh, shit. She goes, stop daydreaming. Daydreaming is good. That's how you manifest. Imagine having it. Use your 5 senses. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste. If you want a new car, or maybe it's a rebuilt car or whatever, Imagine having it. Imagine sitting in that car in your garage or in your parking space or on the street in front of your house or wherever you live, and imagine having it. Oops, hold on. Let me do something quick. All right. Imagine having it. That's the secret. That literally is the secret. Now, here's the other part of that secret. Feel the feelings that you would have if you had it. So let's say you said, well, I need $10,000 because then I could put a down payment on a car or a house or pay off my bills and have so much money left over and go on a vacation. Well, how would you feel if that actually happened? Fuck, I'd be elated. I'd feel great. I'd feel the minute you feel that, you're manifesting. Manifesting is actually easy. It's not some hard thing. Oh, you got to struggle. No, you don't struggle. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. Today is the day, the 21st of December. You can do it. If you're on the other side of the world and you've just gone past because the Philippines are part of it, it doesn't matter. That energy is still on the planet right now. Okay, those stars are like, it's daytime here. We still haven't even seen it yet. We've got another about 4 hours ago. So it's 3 p.m. So 3 or 4 hours, because 6 p.m. the sun's going to be down for sure here because it's winter. Okay. Right now you need to manifest. If I were you, I would eat something healthy, drink plenty of water, go take your salt bath, do some deep breathing. Just 10 or so deep breaths and just relax for about 10, 15 minutes or more if you can. To me, after 15 minutes, I'm pretty sweated out. And then go manifest. Write down what you want. Imagine having it. That's all you got to do. God bless you guys. Disconnect from those demonic narcissists. We're going to go into the new world. The light's being turned on and the narcissists are being revealed. I promise you, as we move into January and February, everything's going to shift. Everything. You watch. Everything that the world is going through, that you're going through, the energy is shifting on a massive scale right now. Go with the flow. Take your deep breaths. Drink plenty of water and eat healthy. Get your protein, okay? God bless you guys. See you.